Hello everyone, so glad to see you again. Today we are going to study conditional type 2 in grammar. For the first year baccalaureate, we are going to use Gateway to English in page 102 and 103. I'm Jaouad Benaicha, your teacher for this session. So, objective of this lesson is to make learners able to use conditional type 2 in a correct way. So, before that, we go to speak about what we saw before. So, we saw conditional type 0 and conditional type 1. So, let's start by conditional type 0. So, this is the form of conditional type 0. If plus simple present, comma, something, and present simple, then something else. You should notice that this is the if clause, and this is the main clause. It is divided into two clauses. So when do we use conditional type 0? We use it in real situations, universal truths, scientific facts, obvious things. For example, we say if you freeze water, it turns into ice. This is a scientific fact or a real situation. So this if you heat metal it expands. إذا درنا سخنا الميتال it expands كيتمدد حديد. If it doesn't rain plants die. This is a universal truth وتا scientific situation. إلا ما سقيناش إلا ما صبش الشتاء غادي يموتوا النباتات. So conditional type 1 if in the main clause if clause we have if plus simple present comma plus future and something else. This is the main clause. So we use conditional type 1 in possibilities in the present or in the future. For example, if it rains, I will stay at home. This is a possibility. It may not rain and I will not stay home. Then if I wake up late, I will miss the bus. I will miss the bus. If I wake up late, I will miss the bus. This is a possibility. If I will not wake up earlier, I will miss the bus. So this is a possibility. Let's move now to talk about conditional type 0. So the use of conditional type 2. We use conditional type 2 to talk about impossible situations in the present or in the future. We can use it also to express advice. So we use it in impossible situations وضعيات غير قابلة للتحقيق أو صعبة أو to express advice هي تقديم النصيحة. For example, if I found her address, I would send her an invitation. I don't have her address, so I will never send her an invitation. حقاش ما عنديش الادريس ديالها ما غاديش نقدر نصيفط لها invitation. This is an impossible situation. This is the explanation, which means if I would like to send an invitation to a friend, I have looked everywhere for her address, but I cannot find it. So now I think it is rather unlikely that I will eventually find her address. The second example, if Salim had the money, he would buy Ferrari. Salim كان عنده الفلوس غادي يشري فيراري غالية. So Salim doesn't have money, which means I know Salim very well and I know that he doesn't have much money, but he loves Ferraris. He would like to own a Ferrari in his dreams, أحلام ديالو, but I think it is very unlikely that he will have the money to buy one in the near future. Impossible situation. ما عندوش فلوس باش يشري Ferrari. If Salim had the money, he would buy a Ferrari. ما عندوش فلوس ما يقدرش يشري Ferrari. So this is impossible situation. So the form of conditional type 2. In the if clause, we have if plus subject plus verb in the simple past. And in the main clause, we have subject plus word plus verb. And between the if clause and the main clause, there is a comma between if clause and main clause. كنديرو comma between هي بينات. ما بين وبين ما بين if clause والmain clause كنديرو comma. comma هي الفاصلة. So for example, if I found her address, comma, I would send her an invitation. If this is the subject, the subject, verb in the past, and we have a comma, then in the main clause we have the subject, would, and a verb. Let's see. So you should also notice that the main clause can also be at the beginning of the sentence. In this case, don't use comma. ما معناها؟ خصك تنتبه بأن المين كلوز اللي راه عندنا في اليمن كيقدر بيه نبديو. كنبديوش بالاف كلوز. اف كلوز كيولي في التالي. في هذه الحالة هذه ما غاديش نديرو الكاما، ما غاديش نديرو الفاصلة، وغادي نفوتو ديريكت في الجملة، غادي نقولوها كاملة. مثلا example, I would send her an invitation if I found her address. هنا في الأول كانت if I found her address I would send her an invitation. هنا حيدنا الكام. Okay, so the main clause or the if clause might be negative. For example, if I had a lot of money I wouldn't stay here. يعني هنا قلنا المين clause if clause شي مرات كيجينا negative وهنا كنقدروا نديرو نستعملوا بحال هاد الجملة اللي عطينا if I had a lot of money I wouldn't stay here. ما غاديش نجلس هنا. So were instead of was. Were instead of was. كلنا كنعرفوا بلي were was هما verb to be in the past. were كنستعملوها plural, was كنستعملوها singular. So غادي نشوفوا في conditional type 2 كيفاش كنستعملوا هاد الجوج هادو. So if in the if clauses type 2 ولا in the conditional type 2 we usually use were even if the pronoun is I, he, she or it and it is correct. مو قلنا هنايا قلنا ودي في conditional type 2 عادة كنستعملوا were واخا مع ال I وال he وال she وال it وكتكون صحيحة. Okay, for example هنا كنعطيو advice if I were you I would not do this. إلا كنت بلاصتك ما غاديش ندير هاد الشي هذا. So if I were you I would not do this. So your turn to practice. So you are going to answer these questions in your exercise copybook. You are going to read the text, page 102, and answer the questions. The following question. Do you think Karima's dream will come true? You are going to take this from the text. B. Read the text again and answer the rest of the questions in page 103. This is to be copied on the lesson copybook. هادشي غادي تنقل في الدفتر ديال الدروس ديالكم. تكتب الديت. Okay. Then as we used to do. Usage of conditional type 2. We use conditional type 2 to talk about impossible situations in the present or in the future. We can use it also to express advice. The form ديالو كما شفناها. Then we have examples. Thanks for your attention, and next time we'll see writing a form letter, page 104. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye bye.